review on the page. So I'm like,
Just a testament of how it works. That's probably you guys. And then you get the website with your buttons are right there.
We on, y'all. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Power108.9. Power1089.com is the website.
Yes, sir.
You can also email us at thepower1089 on Gmail.
Whoop, whoop. Let's do it.
I tried to email myself yesterday and it bounced back. I'm like, what the hell?
I was gonna say
But I forgot the
or
or the the. What is it, the or the?
Depends on how you like to say it.
Not. I'm sure it's like a consonant. You gotta have like, what is it, consonant, the before the vowel. So it's an apple. So if it's a vowel, it's, I don't know.
Okay, so the email is thepower1089@gmail.com.
Where did I get the from? Where did I get it from Ann?
I don't know.
I'm sure it must be Wednesday. Oh yeah, it is Wednesday. 5/9 is the date.
Yes,
To
sir.
be more specific, got an awesome show for you today. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Brian Jobert,
Yes,
LB
sir.
Tax Service. Shout out to you, Brian.
Whoop, whoop.
What my man say, Brian must be from New Orleans.
With that last
That
name.
last name,
For
Jobert.
sure.
For sure. I got an awesome show for you today. Got some cool guests coming to hang out with us today. Janice Laws is going to be in the building.
Yes, sir.
And her last name is Laws. That must mean she's running for office to
A
create new
little-
laws.
A little something like
Yeah,
that.
something like that. But she is running for office though. And also we're gonna be hanging out with my man Raymond. I haven't been able to, I can't pronounce Raymond's last name yet, so I'm not gonna say it yet. I'm gonna wait till he get here to ask him before he say it on air.
Sounds like it looks like a spice.
It look like a movie director, Torrentino, but it's not Torrentino. It's Torrentino.
Torigano.
Torgano. There you go.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
You must have.
Why did you think that G was a J?
You must have graduated early from college or something.
No, just high school.
Oh, 3 years. Let's see that transcript. We
I
would
was
say,
gonna say right. It won't look nothing like yours. I can tell you that.
now, unless y'all got E's. Like I did in DC. Y'all did.
Expelled.
Oh, shots fired.
No, you made it through.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
Hey, don't go nowhere. We come back. We got a whole bunch to talk about today. Birthdays and shout outs, national days on this day, win Joy's lunch, this or that, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Michael and Joy in the morning. Power 1089.
Wake up.
It's in the morning. Let's go.
Just in the morning.
So I figured out what my microphone be saying.
Oh, okay. Why does he say it like that?
I figured out. Because I be drinking that protein shake in the morning. And it's that chocolate one. And then I don't drink nothing. I mean, I don't put no gum or nothing in my mouth.
So it's you. You had the nerve to blame Eddie.
Yeah, I thought it was egg.
You gonna apologize to him?
No.
See?
He won't even know.
That's a hot mess.
this is a cool job. I thought
This is-
I had a cool job.
That is a hot mess.
This is a cool job.
I was like, you ain't even gonna apologize. You good. Apologize to that man for saying his birthday.
I didn't say his birthday.
Yes, you did.
I probably
I
should
said
wait to
no.
go live. Go a little later.
No, you good.
Okay.
You could
keep
all,
going.
yeah, because I
Okay.
think we're probably gonna bring you in.
Okay.
Good morning, Melody Dobbs.
Hey, what Mogul? What up, Ray? What up, D Hurst?
Ronnie, I thought I saw you on there, Ronnie.
Today's National Sleepover Day. Not on a Friday. That's messed up. Did I pronounce it right?
Yes, Torgano. Yep. But that was a slick way to do it too. I tell people oregano with 2 R's and a T. That's
Yeah.
easy.
Oh, right, no, it's yours in the tea.
Say it slow. Oregano.
But you know what? That's exactly what I said. It looked like a spice. That's what I
We
got.
got a couple jobs up for that name.
You can slide your microphone up to you. Yep, heard.
Yeah, she's running for Georgia Insurance Commissioner. Janice. That's coming over. Hey, Tasha. So this is the view from the camera up top.
Okay.
And then I can kind of manipulate it by like zooming in and zooming out. But typically, no, this is on YouTube.
Oh.
You know, YouTube is how we can get
Exposed.
money.
Spread, no doubt.
You know, we can't monetize Facebook,
Gotcha.
but we can monetize everything else. Hey, mommy. Fix what? Oh, with a Jolly Rancher, that's only gonna make it worse.
Is it really? Is it really?
Okay.
Hey guys, share it out, guys. Little arrow at the bottom, just share it out and spread it out.
You can share on Instagram. Yeah, share it out.
Absolutely. Guys, follow Michael and Joy in the morning, as well as Joystick and DC2 ATL.
Bam.
Boom. So, guys, follow all of the pages. All of the info is on my timeline. Appreciate you.
Oregano with the T.
Shout out to you, Fawny. Congrats on the 7 years. Hey there, Rhonda.
Today is Janice's birthday.
This is Michael Green, the Science Machine. And you're waking up with Michael and Joy in the morning on Power 108.9.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hey, telephone ringing, Joy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, do we got anybody to answer the phone? You got to answer the phone. You got to say like you're at home.
Hello?
So good.
Hello?
So the phone be ringing, so we don't have a...
Yes, Brian.
We don't have
Is
a
it
phone.
Brian? Oh, okay. You downstairs?
So Brian is downstairs,
Okay.
I guess.
All right, gotcha.
So,
Okay.
we don't have anybody here.
I'm about to say,
I don't know what's wrong with little Eddie. I
I'm
don't know
about
what
to say
little
this
Eddie.
leg ain't gonna make that
Nah.
extra trip.
That's why we got an extra body in here.
I'm about to say,
His interview ain't started yet, so guess who's going to get the dough?
Can you go get the dough?
Yeah, go get it. Can you go downstairs and get that brother from downstairs?
Not a problem.
Mr. Intern, we ain't gonna pretend like you the guest.
Hey, man,
Yeah, you just hit the elevator, you know what I'm saying? You don't need it to get down, but you will need it to get back up.
Thank you.
Yeah, we be putting people to work, don't we?
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, today, awesome day today. Got a cool show for you today. Raymond's going to be by hanging out with us today, as well as Janice Laws is going to be in the building today. She is actually running for Georgia Insurance Commissioner.
Yes.
So if she wins, her name will be on all the gas pumps. Have you ever noticed that? Ain't that the person whose name be on the Georgia Insurance Commissioner? I think so. We got to ask her when she come back.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing
We
somebody.
have been trying to get this interview for a while now. I'm super excited that we finally are going to be able to sit down and talk to her.
Is that Sheena's lady?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been
But
working
you know
on it.
what? When you busy, when you got a platform like what she has, and you're running for an office, there's a lot going on. Dun, 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 dun.
Why you tell me I was standing like that?
Because sometimes you do like you don't fully commit to it, so you be like,
I know.
you know, your arms don't always look the same.
But then I be looking goofy. When you look at the
You are,
playback,
yeah,
you be
I
standing there
know.
be looking all crazy.
I know, especially when your hand look like that.
How Childish Gambino, did you see the video? You see
I haven't watched
This
the
is
whole thing.
America. Yeah, you got to check that
I've
video.
seen. I saw that stance when he shot that guy when his leg was straight out.
And that was like a message in that post too. I don't know if you saw it. Before
There's
you.
a message in the whole entire thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very informative.
Very.
And, yeah, wake up,
Wake up.
stay woke. That was his song,
There's
wasn't
a
it?
lot
Stay
of
woke.
a lot of people out here sleeping.
Yep, Janice Laws will be in the building. Raymond Torregano.
Yes, sir.
Torregano Group.
Torregano.
He's going to be hanging out with us today, which is actually the 9th of May, 2018.
And on this day, it is National Lost Sock Memorial Day.
Aw.
May 9th recognizes a day and unique holiday. It is a time to say goodbye to all of the single socks, the ones where their mates have been lost to the unknown. Where do all the missing socks go? Is there a washing machine heaven? This is the question that people have been trying to solve for centuries. An answer may never be found to this problem, and life will go on. How sad to have lost such a close-knit friend.
Knit as in K-N-I-T.
You know, I literally have like what are those little hats that you wear when it's cold outside?
A hat. Oh.
Yeah, but you
A
know
Scully.
that. I have one of those full of single socks.
And you can't find the man?
And I mean, like, clearly if it's full, and you know, I need to just kind of like let those go. But we used to use them to like clean.
So, when we moved,
You could get in the crevices with them.
yes. You just put it on your hand?
You
or
just
your
put
hat?
it on your.
You know they got the Febreze jump.
You just put it on your hand, and then you can kind of like get in good, like in the little crevices.
So
The
when,
parts that you know that brush might not be able to get into.
so when we moved, and you moved that washer and dryer finally,
That's where
you
they
can
are.
find about 8 socks back there. If
That's
you ever
where they
wonder
are.
where
And some change.
it's a change and a action figure. There's always something back there. But National
And
Lost
that
Sock
quarter?
Day. That quarter, yeah.
That's not what I said. I said that corner. We'll talk about that later.
I am so interested to find out.
Ask me later, I'll tell you.
But the Lost Sock,
National
Lost Sock Day.
Let them go, let them go. You know, honestly, if you just take all the socks that you have lost, put them in a container, and put them with the rest of the clothes that you can't wear anymore, and drop it off at Goodwill, somebody will find use for them socks. Erica could use those socks. Because there's some homeless people that, you know, don't care whether or not they match it.
I probably got no mismatched socks right now because I couldn't find the mates.
I could bet $5.
You know what? That might be a good bet today. Does anybody want to bet me that I have a mismatched socks today? Anybody? Anybody going
I
once?
already said that was a good bet.
Yeah.
That wasn't good enough. You just
No, you were saying that I'm betting somebody like that I do. Like I don't even know. I'm just going out on a whim. Chances are I have a mismatched socks. So I am putting $1 on anybody who wants to bet me.
Why go for a 5 then what?
I don't know. Cause look, I lost my
I'm about to say because you'd have to ask Tasha for that.
What for that
Tasha,
5?
can I get $5, baby?
I asked her last night. No, for real, I asked her last night. I was like, yo, we were talking like I did something real nice or something. And she was like, oh, thank you, Daddy. And I was like, hey, let me get $5. She was like, Daddy, go to the bank. I was like, nah, I'm good. I'm just joking. I just thought she might have had a 5 laying around somewhere.
just some cash.
Welcome to married life. Hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Brian Jobert, LB Tax Service. Y'all know where he's from. He ain't from the west side of Atlanta. Now with that last name, Jobert. Also hanging out with us today, we're going to talk to Mr. Raymond.
Torigado.
Yes, of the Torigado group. Yes, we're going to talk to him today. Also, Janice Laws is going to be in the building. We're going to tell you how you can hang out with us coming up this week, too, because Brian and Jobert has a couple of events coming up this week. That's all the time, though. Brian always got something going on today. And I would be remiss if we did not mention the passing of the Mr. Shelly Garrett. Last week, we got words from one of our friends of the show that Mr. Garrett passed away. For those that don't know Shelly Garrett was the creator of Beauty Shop, one of the plays that is very instrumental in all the plays that you see today going on in America. It was because of Shelly Garrett. If you ever hear Tyler Perry talk about how he got his start and what inspired him to do what he does as it pertains to plays and stuff like that, guess who the first name that's going to come out of his mouth? Shelly Garrett. We had a pleasure and an honor to interview Mr. Garrett last year, I think it was. Last year sometimes. Mr. Beauty Shop himself. So thank you, Mr. Garrett, for blessing our studios. And thank you for all of the encouraging things that people that you've inspired and all that good stuff. Yeah.
And rest in peace, and our prayers go out to you and your family.
Hey, it's Shelly Garrett from Beauty Shop, and you're waking up with Michael and Joyce. Good morning.
Today's Janice's birthday.
Recently, like even though a few months last year. I was in here.
Was you here that day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though he messed up the drop, though, I ain't said nothing about that, though.
I'm about to say, I was wondering, you gonna check him on that? It's actually not the Michael and Joy show.
It's not the Michael and Joy show, Mr. Garrett. It's Michael and Joy in the morning.
Well, a little too late now.
Yeah, it's too late.
Talk.
I know, I'm talking shit now, right?
Talk all shit now.
Yes, girl, you did the drop wrong.
So petty.
Check yourself. I love it.
So petty. Power 1089.
John threw me off. I thought
No, we're actually at we're right beside the Roxy. It's in a building called Spaces.
That's somebody's house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Call, woke somebody.
Okay.
Later Sunday,
Did
she's
you
trying
go
to rush to
inside?
get to work. She already behind.
Alright, she
You
bad.
need to
Find her
come
makeup
inside
kit.
and then when you get to the elevator,
I'll be downstairs.
We'll come down and get you. You just gotta walk straight, and then we'll get you from the elevator.
There's a new intern
Well,
coming out.
we have to come get you. So if you just walk to the elevator, Michael will be down. It's just straight ahead if you once you walk in the door. It should open. The front door should open. Okay, all right. Well, if you walk straight to the elevator, Michael will be right there. Okay, all right. You're welcome. Oh, Michael told me to answer like it was a house phone, so I was like, "Hello." He was like, Brian was like, "Is this Michael and George?" What? Who is that?
Let me back at my phone, make sure I typed in the right number.
Hey, Porter, John Amos. Right. What had happened was, yeah, probably should have, been a little bit more specific. Hello. And then start again. Yeah, of course. Makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Guys, we're gonna pause for a minute. We'll come back so I can get the full.
Say y'all, Janice in the building.
Hey, Johnson. How
No,
you doing,
it's
Janice?
okay.
Good morning. Here you go, Janice.
It is Janice.
You guys give us a few minutes.
I'm
We'll
sorry,
come
I'm
back
sorry,
for
Janice.
the full interview.
Everyone
and
calls me
introduce
Janice,
everybody.
but
Appreciate
George
everybody
doesn't
checking in
know.
right here. Just give me a few minutes, guys. We'll come back.
You listen to the wrong people, you call people the wrong name. Listen to Cheryl.
Ron,
Look, ain't nobody give me a
who
heads
is that?
up on what her name. how
Oh,
to
no,
pronounce
it's fine, don't believe
No.
If you
I
talking
mean,
stuff to him,
yeah,
you talking junk, that's him.
Don't worry about
Don't worry about him.
it. There's no way you would know, because it's Janice, just like
Your mama
Janice.
was tripping.
Yeah.
He said yes.
It's in public school, they just taught you one way.
One way,
They didn't have
exactly.
enough time. Teachers wasn't getting paid enough to say, you need to be Janice or Janice. They wasn't going through all that.
We just gonna call you Janice. How
Yeah.
about that? Janice is in the building.
JJ,
All right.
Lady J, just
JL. You stop making up stuff. Who you remind me of? You remind me of somebody that's on the show.
Just a millionaire you met last week. Just say it, man. No, that's not it.
I think that all the fun's happening right here. I'm just going to spend the day with you
Thank you
guys.
very much. We
Like,
appreciate that.
we have been having a good time. Yesterday, what we say? Take it off the table.
Take the booty off the table.
Take the booty off the
Take the
table.
booty off the table.
So yesterday we had a lady, and Nicole Wilson, and her platform is 100% virgin. So she's a virgin, but she's just advocating for people to think about why you're sleeping with who you're sleeping with, as opposed to just kind of doing anything.
Frolicking.
Yeah, pretty much.
Frolicking.
Pretty much.
It's a tough life, but some of us still gotta be
Frolicking.
virgins.
Now that's what you are.
Well, I'm semi-virgin. I'm semi-virgin.
Virgin, shut up.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an amazing show for you today.
Yes,
Miss
sir.
Laws is in the building. Yeah, see how I fix that?
That's
That's how you do it, right?
Improvise.
Yeah, that's how you do it, right there.
Make
Now,
adjustments, not excuses.
today's show is being brought to you by our very own Mr. Brian Jobert. He's going to be hanging out with us today like he always does. And we got a special guest in the building today. Raymond is in the building. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, got you right.
Yeah. Slip me in. I ain't bad.
You don't know the name, just say their first name.
Yeah.
Say the name you
T.
can pronounce.
The T, the love.
Raymond T. is in the building.
About that.
Hey, you be like, especially when you do red carpet, if you ever do a red carpet and the host, the person that's doing the red carpet, like doing the interviews, if they say, why don't you just introduce yourself? That means they don't know who
They
you
don't
are.
know.
So that's a good way to do
Or
it.
any background.
So, brother, why don't you just introduce yourself?
Oh man, good morning world. My name is Raymond Torregano, guys, and excited to be here with Michael and Joy in the morning. Yeah, man, Torregano. Just think, guys, oregano with a T and 2 auras.
And 2 auras.
That's how you do it.
That about right.
Originally from New Orleans, baby.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
sir.
yeah, man. The accent ain't as thick as my man across this table, but yeah, man. Originally from New Orleans, man, but I actually grew up in North Atlanta in Marietta, Smyrna, and
Okay.
now we're home base in Columbus, Georgia.
So I bet you $5 you went to a good high school.
Fairly good in the 90s. Wheeler High School. Shout out to the Wildcats out there. Nobody's alive and caring, but yeah, many moons ago, Wheeler High School for sure.
Shout out to Wheeler High School, bro. Wheeler be putting out them academic scholars and them athletes.
Yo, Not me though, coming off the bench. Yeah.
I was gonna say some of the bench riders make good money though.
Yo, not me. No, not in basketball. Didn't wash my jersey every night.
You had to watch it. Crazy.
No.
You are you doing your thing. Congratulations to us. The platform that you created.
Congratulations to us.
I said to him.
Oh, you said to
So
us.
good.
It was all good, but it was funny. I said, well, congratulations to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did say that on the way in. He was like, I don't know how long y'all been doing y'all show, but congratulations.
Yo,
to
big
y'all.
deal.
He been trying to put that in the sentence all
Right. Hey, shameless plug. I'm not mad.
Yeah, he was just trying to find a way to do that.
Not mad at all.
People like, yeah, I've been checking y'all out. Yeah, congratulations. I ain't never seen the show a day.
So,
No,
so what
sorry.
time do we show up at?
No, I can see it.
I thought the studio was red. Watching all them old videos. Raymond is hanging out with us today.
Like, Lord have mercy.
Raymond, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do, bro.
Hey guys, I am Raymond Torgano, guys. My company is Torgano Group, man. We create education and business strategy for creative entrepreneurs. I say creative, my background is in the beauty space.
Yep.
Did that for my entire adult life, but found out that creativity and art, that's not enough. So after years of running a salon and, you know, kicking butt in that area for years and years, I found out that there were areas needed in marketing, strategy, education. So we just committed to doing that full time some years ago, myself and my wife. And now, man, we spend time doing things like this, speaking, brand strategy for small business, as well as our staple product is an online educational platform for stylists. We kind of think about it like Netflix for hairdressers.
Oh, nice.
So we go about to share, and I'm actually leaving here and going sharing it with somebody. I don't know if I want to leave here though. I think I might have to call it for the second speaking engagement. But yeah, man, hairdresser, small business for years, but now, man, I just love talking to people, in particular social media, and how we can get to it, man. Use that internet.
One thing whenever I go down the list of things that I'm grateful for, one of the things I'm grateful for are my natural talents. Something that things that I don't have to work on a daily basis, because just like the word says, they come natural to me. You know what I'm saying? One is not pronouncing people's names.
That's all right.
I can't. That's not natural.
Lean on your strengths.
But the creativity, were you always that way, or was it something that you had to learn?
You know what, man? It's funny, man. I have a podcast myself, and my guest this week was my mom for Mother's Day, and I just had her to kind of talk about. I asked her, like, how early did you see that I was the weird kid, a little bit awkward? But yeah, man, especially growing up in a city like New Orleans, color and art and line and design were everywhere. So I was that. I think every kid is an artist, but I just was lucky enough to have parents that encouraged us to do it, lean into high school, and now for our careers.
Man, Raymond Torgano.
Yeah, that's it.
Raymond Torgano.
Boom.
You can check him out on Instagram and all social media. And Raymond, I'm just going to ask you, please, if you could stop slapping the table. That's an IKEA table. So it just.
He was like, you know what? First I couldn't use my live stream tool. Now I can't slap the table. It was like Brian was over there making all that noise on his side. Why can't I?
Hands in your pocket, brother.
Sit on your hands.
IKEA table. I respect the IKEA table.
Joe Bear is in the building. New Orleans, baby. What's up, Brian?
What up, Warden?
Holly Grove, folks.
The only city you know.
Well, Holly Grove, right? That's it.
Shout out to Little Lady.
And shout out to NCIS New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
Don't forget First 48 New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Actually,
Caroline Mason. Caroline Mason, Tennessee, I think. Dang, everybody quiet. Brian Joe Bear is in the building. One of your New Orleans partners, man.
Sure enough, baby.
Yeah,
we got it in us like he's a lot like myself. I always say New Orleans put it in here, Atlanta brought it out here. New Orleans give you that certain mentality. It's something about New Orleans. You gotta have a hustle mentality.
Yeah,
you gotta have a creative. But the thing about it is you don't be surrounded with enough people that's in that space that you can see it. And the thing that Atlanta did for me is when I came here, I started surrounding myself with people that actually was doing things on another level. So I had it in me, but I just didn't do it big enough because people were hustling pretty much. And so when I got here and I realized that cup that's on Trues and Vogues wasn't hitting no more out here.
Right.
You know, and so people was pulling up in Lexus and Benzes, and so I couldn't be ghetto, fabulous, and rich no more. So I had to step my game up. So Atlanta forced me to take it to another level. So that's the beauty of Atlanta. So I love both of my cities, man. I've been there 25 years. The sports team suck, but it's a beautiful
Hey, man,
city.
how you going? Man, Lord have mercy. Raymond, we're going to come back to you.
Wow.
Miss Laws, I got a hot seat for you over here because we're going to switch with Joe Bear out over here for a minute. But when we talk about that hustle mentality and that mindset, was that something that your parents instilled in you as well? Or were they pretty safe?
You know what? They were hard workers, man, and like he just said, I just had a chance to spend a good bit of time in New Orleans, and I was there. Not there for family. I was there for a business event. I was kind of just absorbing the city, and that was so true what he just said. People worked and got up at the crack of dawn.
Right.
Can't see. But it was coming to Atlanta that you understand. Okay, how to monetize it. Business, you saw people in power, people that look like you and me. Versus in New Orleans, it was a little bit different. We were definitely more in they were business down there. I can't say that it wasn't down there. So we were hustlers, but it wasn't entrepreneur until I think I got sparked when I moved here.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to you. Hey, we got a list today. I pulled this list just because I knew Brian and Joe Bear was going to be in the building today. We're talking about, I got 5 tips to creating a solid financial footing, and I want to talk about that today. This article that I came up with today. Raymond is in the building. What you said? You said you got something coming up a little bit later on today. What you doing later on?
So I got a speaking engagement at a college back home, just talking about entrepreneurship through social media in Columbus. So as soon as I finish here, I just got to turn around and do that. Try to just do any opportunity to speak to people, not just in the beauty space. We were originally called Torgano Education, almost exclusively to hair, but I realized money is money, marketing is marketing, so there's a lot more opportunities now. So got to go down and kind of talk about how to make that coin through that phone. You feel me?
You know, the beautiful thing with the way that technology is going, it makes it so much easier to be able to create an income without leaving your house if you don't have to.
Yeah, it's some money being exchanged, and I tell you, being behind a chair for 50, 60 hours a week, it wasn't until I almost got off the ground and away from working in a brick and mortar that I understood. Like I started calling people like, man, you know, this is real, yo. Like, it's deposited, bro. Like niggas and now it's almost. Somebody called me the Harriet Tubman small business. I'm like, yo, you can come on out and do it a different way, guys. Man.
I see the light.
Yeah, man, come on over for freedom.
Weed's free.
Weed's free. So yeah, I love it. I work with folks in small business, but I don't think I'll ever go back. I just love the way it's getting exchanged.
Raymond, for those that want to continue to feed from you or eat from you or whatever, however we're going to put it today, where they go to check you out?
Hey guys, I am almost daily, every day, man. They tell me to get off that phone on Instagram at Torgano Group, as well as Facebook. We have a YouTube channel, Torgano TV, and the website is Torgano Group.
Torgano Group is in the building. He ain't going nowhere. He just changing his seats because we got Miss Laws in the building. And you know what? She's running for office. And speaking of running for office, there's the mayor of Denver's son is in a little bit of trouble because he cursed out and berated and threatened the officer's job who he pulled him over for speeding. It was all caught on camera. I guess the kid forgot that they wear them body cams. Now, Denver Mayor Michael Hancock's son, Jordan, was pulled over on March 23rd for driving 65 and a 45. Now, instead of cooperating with the police officer who was giving him a ticket, you know how we do. Aurora Police District said that he did not go out without fighting. The 22-year-old began cursing at the police officer and dropped the line. Do you know who my dad is? My dad is the mayor. You effing F. And then the conversation went on and said, you're going to be fired and all that good stuff. My question, do you think that dude was a brother or a Caucasian brother?
I don't even want to know.
Oh, okay. We'll tell you.
I don't want to know.
Just go to michaelandjoy.com. The video's up there. You can see it. Or Michael and Joy Facebook.
I'm about to say
website. Yeah,
shout out to that.
That was a good thing.
I was like, well, that'll tell you what color he is.
Right, exactly. What do we get? She's still living. Yes, she's Caucasian, brother. Hey,
all that right. You still
Michael and Joy in the morning. Wake up.
Let go. Some guy said he downstairs for you.
Oh yeah, that's one of my mentees.
Oh, okay. I was so confused. I was like, yeah, Micah. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Can you switch
okay.
with Miss Janice?
I was like, so his name is Micah. I'm like, you mean Michael? You want your phone?
I can.
Okay.
Should I use my phone?
Yeah, of course. How much did you get for it? Okay, Janice, I see your nails. They look so cute. Hey, Roger. Hey, Marlon.
Those
So
look
use
so
the
much
clamp
closer.
from in the back.
Okay.
When you, well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
yeah,
just did it
mhm,
wrong. As soon as you
just
told
gonna-
me.
just gonna
I am
break
not
it
trying to
up.
break it.
It's all good. You can pay for it.
Random? Explain this as I show this off, ma'am.
It is a joystick. It allows you to live stream or record multiple devices, multiple platforms.
Raymond,
one
can you let
joystick.
Miss Janice sit down,
Joystick
please, sir?
dot
So
com.
she can
It
put
was like,
her
look, she can
thing
do
up.
whatever she wants to, right? But I'll help you put yours in there when you're ready.
Hey, Raymond, there's some water right there.
But, and then there's some information on it.
Got it by that. Coming back, guys.
I'll type it for you. I'm about to say, I know you probably used to this. No, I met somebody.
You know, she lives in, she doesn't know the country, but she's in Florida.
Sheena.
Yeah. She's in Florida.
And the website is janiceforgeorgia.com.
Yes, FORJANICEFOR.
Oh, it popped up.
What's the name of your book?
No Limits. 7 Principles to Creating the Life of Your Dreams.
Hey, how you doing, Micah? Your name is Micah. I was like, what in the heck is he
My book
talking
is
about?
so long ago.
I thought you were saying his name is Michael. Oh, that's Michael's. That's
No, I'm
Michael's.
like,
That's
but
Michael's.
because there's a point, that's what
I'm
I'm
sorry,
talking
yeah.
about.
I think the connection's a little
Yeah,
bad.
no, it's all good. And I'm trying to whisper because we
What's up, young
were
man?
on.
What up, Chief?
Hello, how you doing?
Who that?
Michael, man.
That's
Micah.
That's
Mike,
Micah.
pleasure to meet you.
Come up a
But
little bit
know
more.
what's crazy that you
Because
mentioned
you wanted to.
like the hairstylist, because everybody's asking me now, am I gonna do another seminar?
Oh, yeah, they just did one.
And in my next seminar before the conference, well, I got 2 lined up that I'm putting in place, but one is for stylists. Yeah, for hairstylists, because the hairstylists struggling, and barbers, you know, and just really positioning themselves. So that's what my next seminar is gonna be, specifically catered to them, and then the other one is gonna be specifically catered to real estate agents and people in that industry. Because from a business and tax standpoint, I gotta get them out of that hustle mentality. You know, and so that's who I struggle with the most.
That's
and
why
trying to
those people
purchase
are in
stuff
there
and trying to do
saying
stuff. So they're not together though. So that stylist industry, I've been trying to work on them for years.
I got a weekly podcast.
Hi, Jamal.
I love it. How you doing?
Hi, Inga.
Yeah, man.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you.
Yes, sir.
Birthdays are being brought to you by Brian and Jobert and LB Tax Service. I just put that in there, as a matter of fact. Hey, if you got a birthday today, here's some celebs that share that same day with you. Happy Miss Law, this is not a podcast. This is a live show, Miss Law. Wait till I come to
like, oh, she didn't normally tell me what I
wait till I come to your press conference once you win this election. You'll see me all about. We're gonna talk to Miss Laws in a minute. But birthdays, if you got a birthday, Billy Joel is celebrating a birthday today. He is 69 years old today. Happy birthday to Billy Joel. Billy Joel had that Uptown Girl record. Remember?
Uptown Girl.
I give you 80 cents if you tell me what female was in that video.
It
Who
was
was the
his
lead?
wife, with the blonde hair, and the really, really good looking body. She
90%
was a
of white women on
model. No, it's not.
Chrissy Brinkley.
Why you ain't give me enough time to think about
Because
it?
we're running out of time. Also, Tamia is celebrating a birthday today, aka Tamia Hill. I give you $5 if you know Tamia's real last name. Hill, because she's married.
That's not her real last name.
It is now. Rosaria Dawson is 39 years old today. Happy birthday to Rosario. Ghostface Killer from the Wu-Tang Clan.
yeah.
Wu-Tang, 48 years old today. Also celebrating birthday today, the son of Cecil Fielder, the late Cecil Fielder, Prince Fielder, turns 32 years old today. And Doug Christie, former NBA basketball player, turns 48 years old
Oh, with
today.
the crazy wife.
Y'all.
Yeah. Happy birthday to our homegirl, Janice Shelton. We love you, Janice. Have a happy birthday, beautiful. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you from us, Michael and Joy, and Power 108.9.
Yeah. Miss Laws is in the building. Good morning, Miss Laws.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome to the show. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Oh,
Congratulations.
thank you.
You are running for Georgia Insurance Commissioner.
Yes, sir.
For some reason, I thought that the Georgia Insurance Commissioner is the name that be on the gas pumps, but that's not the person. Who be on the gas pumps?
Look at her like, bless his heart.
I'm not sure.
Bless his heart.
Somebody's name be on the gas pumps. I'm trying to remember if it's the safety committee. It's somebody. I'm gonna figure it out before we
Thank
finish.
you.
Miss Laws, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Well, I am Janice Laws, and I will be your next state insurance commissioner.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
like that. There you go.
Calling things, those things that be not as though they were. I'm
We
calling
gonna
and
start
speaking
that
it.
out.
There
Amen.
you go.
A little bit about me. I have been in the insurance industry for 16 years.
Okay.
I am a licensed insurance professional,
Bam.
fully licensed across the board in all lines of insurance, from property to life to health. Everything you need, that's my specialty.
Why'd you decide to run?
Well, I own my own insurance agency. And as you know, when you get your renewals in the mail with those high auto insurance rates, you call your agent.
Okay.
I've been getting those calls over the last few years, and I got tired of not being able to do anything about it. Because by the time you get those rate increases in the mail, it's already done. There's nothing an agent or broker can do. So I'm running to fight for you at the state level where these rates happen.
Why is Georgia? Because Georgia has been in the news lately. Like, we're the one state where it just seems like our rates are going up and
All
up
the
and
time.
up, and
Yes.
we have no reason why. Can you
Yes,
tell us why?
89% of our counties in Georgia have unaffordable rates. Our average rate increase in Georgia is 54%, while the national average is 22%. So we're
Wow.
double the national average. So I talk to people all over the state. Last night, someone came up to me at a forum and said, I literally cannot have an apartment because I gotta have a car, and my car insurance is so high, plus my car payment, that's what I would pay for rent. There's several reasons why, but the number one reason is we have laws on the books. There's a Senate bill that passed in 2008 that it literally says no rates will be deemed excessive as long as there's sufficient competition in the market. And so we literally have deregulated insurance companies and said charge what you want. And they are doing just that. And as insurance commissioner, I will fight for that bill to be repealed and to remove that language from our state. That's one
Well, we
reason.
appreciate that. Yes.
54%.
Right.
I've seen rate increases as high as 107%.
Gosh,
Yeah,
we're
we
talking
need an episode, Dirty Money.
right,
To
exactly
talk
about Georgia's
to talk
insurance
about,
claims.
insurance companies.
And we got Brian and Jobert in the building today, and we're going to
Yeah.
talk about some quick tips to solid financial footings, getting a hold of your life. And insurance is one of them, because insurance is one of those deals that say, okay, do I call Allstate or do I call the General? Because I gotta make some
You gotta figure
decisions.
or is my mama still alive that I can put it in her name?
What can I take away? Okay,
But your tickets don't hurt. I mean, don't help.
Don't help at
Not at
all.
all.
At
No,
all.
it doesn't.
Now, when we look at the position that you're going to be taking, does it control all insurance as it pertains to auto, health, all that good stuff?
Correct. So the insurance commissioner regulates insurance companies, agents, and brokers, and advocate for consumer on the state level. Also, fire safety is a part of the role, as well as small loans, industrial loans under $3,000. So it's yes, on the state level.
We're going to talk more with you. We're going to get to know you a little better, too,
I
to
know.
let our people know why they should be voting for you for Georgia Insurance Commissioner.
Yes.
Yeah, we got that. And a couple of firsts are going to happen, too, when you in that seat. Not only am I going to be in the background, but a lot of firsts are going to be happening when
Yes.
you take that
Yes.
office coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. We
Yes.
come back, Miss Janice.
Yes,
Did I
sir.
say it right?
Yes.
Okay, Janice Laws is in the building. We're going to get your information. What's that website, how we can contribute and donate and then get on them phone calls for you?
See, I like
Because I
that.
do the phone calls.
Janice JANICE 4 FOR Georgia spelled out.com.
Hey, I watch a lot of House of Cards. I know how to get people to vote for us.
Okay.
I need your vote.
Yes. And your donation.
And your donation.
I'm excited because I want to know, can I get insurance for all them loans that I give under $3,000? I'm just saying, I want to recoup some of my monies, man. Like,
on that
Let's
note,
work it out.
I just heard her say that loan under $3,000. I know I've been lending a lot of money, so I wonder if I can get some insurance on that.
I think that's called time.
Yeah,
I mean, no, that's offering.
You know, I know I owe
When
you
you know you give,
$2,500.
when you know you give it out,
I'm
knowing that
gonna
you
pay
ain't gonna ever
you
get it back.
$50 a week for the next 78,000 weeks. So I just want some insurance on my monies.
Let's do that.
You said I just want some insurance. I know that's right.
I ain't forget about you, but it's been 48 years.
I was about to say somebody forgot something.
I forget, it's just taking me a while.
I ain't forget. You know what? It's always bothered me. I'm like, I would rather you put a little something on it than try to wait till you got the whole thing. You ain't never gonna get the whole thing. That's why you asked to borrow it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You didn't give it to me like that, so I don't want to pay you back. That's
Oh my
okay.
God.
I'm good with that.
what up, original
You
slave?
can go ahead
Hey,
and
Dolores,
pay me
hey,
something.
Vita.
did I not give you that back?
I'm like,
No,
man,
no,
look, I want it the same way your bill collectors get it every month.
He's who? Georgia Powell?
I just want my insurance.
Nah,
Fifty.
I'm talking about your credit card company. They get it every month. Hey,
What's up, Miss
Daryl.
Ebony?
Good morning.
Hey, Trees, good mornings.
Hey, Nikita.
I was just gonna wait till I had it on.
I got you for income tax. I was telling you about, if you want to get your money back, lend people money around November, December. You know, you have to worry about the
Happy
income tax
birthday,
coming in.
Janice.
You get something on it for income tax time.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Hanging out with Miss Janice Laws. She's hanging out with us today, running for Georgia Insurance Commissioner. We're going to talk more with her. Hey, speaking of laws, Georgia got some new laws on the book.
Uh-oh.
Well, not on the book. Yesterday they had to vote yesterday to get all of the laws off the book. So Nathan Deal probably stayed up a little late last night, put some signatures on some stuff. A couple of things that come to mind. First of all, Governor Deal signed off on the brunch bill. Y'all know what that brunch bill is? The brunch bill is now restaurants are able to sell alcohol at 11 a.m. on Sundays now, because normally you can only start drinking after 12:30 because of the way the law was set up. So now they can serve at 11 because of brunch.
That extra hour and a half, huh?
Yeah, I mean, so you can if you go to brunch, you can have your mimosa or Bloody Mary or something like that. Before you had to wait to 12:30, and it's not really brunch. It's lunch
That needed
at
to
that
be a
time.
law.
Yes, it really did. Yeah, because you know Georgia used to be a dry county
Yes, I
on
know.
Sunday. So also too, starting on July 1st, Georgia is suffering from PTSD. Will be allowed to use medical marijuana. The governor also approved state adoption laws, making it easier to adopt children. Another one, since this month is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, one that will help victims out there. He signed into law a measure that would allow victims of domestic abuse who receive a court order to break a residential lease without penalty. So now people don't have to be held hostage in their leasing agreement because of domestic violence. A couple of other things
Hold
that
on.
he signed.
What we gotta do to break a lease?
Don't make it hard, Brian.
Hold on. I already got the brace at the house.
Look at my arm. But Nathan Deal also signed off on a bill that gives the green light on speed cameras in school zones. The cameras will automatically ticket drivers going at least 10 miles over the speed limit in the school zone or passing the school bus. And then finally, a deal on Monday signed into law that allows lottery winners with prizes over $250,000 to remain anonymous upon request.
Yes,
So now you do
that's
not
good.
have to snitch on yourself when you win that big lottery.
Now that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a
that
good
one
one.
in the domestic violence one. I
Awesome
don't know
one.
about that extra hour and a half.
For brunch.
I get it. I get it.
You.
It's it's more for the restaurants.
Yeah, it's for
so
the
that
restaurants.
they can make more money. It's not necessarily for the alcoholics because they go get a drink.
Hey, for real. I used to always say when I moved down to Georgia
Yeah.
and found out that it was, no
Like
liquor on
dry
Sunday, I
spin.
used to be like, why don't y'all just buy it on Saturday? Like,
Right.
if you know it's gonna be closed.
That's called planning.
Right, that's what I'm
We
saying.
ain't good at that.
Not at all,
Being
Brian.
proactive. You ain't good at that. That's why you just moved to New Orleans, man. You
Drink
go to
all
the church
night
and
long.
get it. You get it at the church in the back room on Sunday. You leave and you got it.
I could have went to Kroger on Saturday, bought a 12-pack of Coors Light for $10, but instead, I wait till Sunday and
Right.
pay $25 for it. Don't make
Right,
sense.
right,
Don't
right.
make sense
Not
at
at
all.
all.
Hey, Brian is Jobert, LB Tax Service, is in the
Yeah.
building with us today. He is our money man. We're talking finances. We got a couple of seminars that are coming up. But I thought about you yesterday, Mrs. Jobert, when I put together this list. Making just small adjustments can help you get on the right track as it pertains to your finances. And a couple of things that we're going to talk about today is like 5 steps that you can hit. And number 1, they said write down your goals. If you're feeling frazzled about your money, take a few minutes to write down your goals. Do you want to own a new home? Do you want to pay down your student loans? Backpack through Europe? Whatever it is, setting goals makes it easier to outline your actionable plan to stay disciplined. How much of that do you agree with?
100. What we talking about, man? What I told you last night. I got my intern, I guess my mentee Mike in here, but we were talking last night, and I told him nobody basically gives you credit for those thoughts in your head.
Right.
When you put it on paper, people see that you took time. And when you take time, I'll invest in you if you invest in yourself. So
Right.
we know that to sit down and write it out, that's planning in most people's minds. So yeah, when you can see it, you can follow it better.
Find one thing to eliminate. There's likely a little spending fat that can be trimmed off your budget. Now review your spending and find areas that you can eliminate. Experts pointed to spending on things like monthly subscription, unused gym memberships, daily coffee visits, or even pricey meal kits as possible areas to cut back on. So finding things that you can cut back on.
All the time, man. And we all have it. We all have it. I have debates with my mentee sometimes when I'm trying to get my dough. If you see me on social media, I'm like, you cut something out. So I do believe people have flexibility. So when you say, well, it ain't nothing but $3.50 a day when I go to Starbucks, but $3.50 a day times 7, times 6, times 5, times 4 weeks, times 12 months adds up. So
Is that algebra you just did?
Actually, it's just
it's
multi-
life.
that's just
I don't know.
math.
It's life math.
That's that calculator math.
Yeah,
Right.
it's life math. So yeah, you have flexibility somewhere. I know with me, it's basically sweets. If I say I'm gonna cut out the sweets that I consume, I'm an extra multi-millionaire.
There you go.
So
I was gonna say,
yeah.
or if you just get somebody else to contribute to it.
There you
If
go.
somebody else could contribute to my sweet habit,
I'm good.
and I don't have to worry about buying it myself.
We'll talk about 3, 4, and 5. I do want to ask Ms. Laws, you talk about in your campaign that one of your main things is your family is her fight. That's your campaign. And we talk about things cutting back on, and you've been doing insurance for a long time.
Yes.
Sometimes people have to sacrifice on something that's important as it pertains to life insurance or car insurance, and that's not a good way to be pulling from, is it?
No, it's not. And I definitely would not recommend that anyone cuts from their insurance, especially not life insurance or car insurance, because Georgia is a mandatory insurance state as it relates to car insurance, and we got to have it. And that's why I'm fighting for families, because we've not had a consumer-friendly insurance commissioner in Georgia for a number of years. I've traveled the entire state of Georgia, and not one family, not one individual knows who our current insurance commissioner is, and he's been in office for 8 years.
Wow.
And so that's why you need someone that's connected with you, that knows what you're dealing with, that's been working with you for 16 years and is ready to fight for you.
Now, is it
That's
Oxidine?
That's funny because a lot of people, that's the name they remember. And Oxidine is 8 years ago.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So,
She was
Yeah,
like,
we
I'm
don't-
not gonna
I
tell
ain't
you.
gonna
no,
tell you
because
that.
it's an open seat. He's not
Yeah.
seeking re-election.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
questions is the current commissioner, but no one knows.
Okay.
But everyone remembers Oxidine, even though.
Even though
Yeah.
it's been 8
It's
years.
been 8 years ago. Wow.
Well, I just remember Obama, so I mean,
That's I'm still thinking of the dark skinned Aunt Viv on the Fresh Prince.
man, she was the best one.
I need to cut my insurance. I haven't had a wreck in 20 years, so
You get that little thing
Yes,
that
That's how people
car.
think though. Like I
Yeah.
have to cut my insurance. I haven't had a wreck. That's a waste of money.
Yeah, definitely
That's
not.
exactly-
Because insurance, I always tell my clients, is not something you can buy when you need it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
So you gotta have it before.
There you go.
Unless you got a janky insurance agent where you be like, can you back
Back
this?
there,
up?"
No.
Janice Laws is in the building. Our next Georgia Insurance Commissioner. As a matter of fact, when she wins the election, this will make her the first female in that position, as well as the first African American
Amen.
to hold that position. So
Yes.
congratulations to you. Now I'm here in a little Southwest Atlanta. Where you from? Ben Hill or Greenbrier? Where you from?
I'm actually originally from Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
Southwest.
And I live south, but it's in Noonan.
Okay.
But originally, if you hear a little accent, it's from Jamaica. So I am an immigrant.
It's like you
There
hear
you
that
go.
ting in there.
I know, I heard it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Baby.
That's the same thing. 'Cause the people from the city of Atlanta, you can't understand.
You don't know what they're talking about.
It sounds Jamaican.
The words at
It
the
sounds
bottom.
Jamaican.
Yeah, I actually could have carpooled up because Mr. Torigano is came up from Columbus, Georgia, home of Fort Benning and home of Victory Drive. Shout it.
Watch out,
Yeah.
watch out.
Hey, you already know.
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
visit the website. How can we donate? How can we sponsor? What do we need to do? Where we need
So
to
JaniceForGeorgia.com, JANICE, just like Janice, but it's Janice,
Mm-hmm.
FOR, Georgia spelled out.com, and just click on the donate button. There's donate buttons all over the website. Just click one, and you will be able to donate securely online.
Amen.
go? Hey, did you check out the Kentucky Derby? Well, one of my partners did. I think she's my cousin because the owner of Justify, the person who walked away and won the Kentucky Derby, hit for about $1.43 million after the horse won, right? But it's reported that a woman in Austin, Texas, picked up a $1.2 million on a bet that she did. Now, her incredible bet cost her just $18, but it involved a pick 5 wager in which she had to select the winners of 5 consecutive races. And in her case, she picked all 5 and walked away with a cool $1.43 million. So shout out to her. Hopefully she invests that money right. Because I would. Don't we know her, Brian?
No.
Okay, well.
Nope,
I've been
sorry.
hooked up with my whole something.
In the morning, right? Wake up, enjoy that car. Wake up.
Captain Jackson's on the phone. He wants to ask Miss Laws.
Oh man, Captain Jackson, we don't even know how to do the
Just
Can
put
you
it
put
on
speaker?
speakerphone.
You know Captain Jackson?
No.
He's the county police. I mean, fire.
Hello?
Captain Jackson.
Yes, sir.
What up?
Look, I felt like I was about to hit.
Hold on, Captain Jack. We're not on yet. We're gonna get you in 1 second, okay, Cap?
That'll work.
How your joystick doing?
But you know what? It's funny you should mention that. I actually need a new joystick.
I know you do. I got one right in the car.
So
What
I
happened?
need to get with you. Well, one of the clamps broke off. It was just because it was in my car and there was a little shift in the back and it took off the clamp.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was gonna say, I sell the clam separately.
No.
Okay.
Boy, shut up. Anyway, we'll talk later, Captain Jackson.
Hold on 1 second, Captain Jackson.
You got it.
I was gonna say, whenever you ready, just let me know.
That new clamp don't fit your old joystick, so we gotta get you a new joystick. And I'll give you an extra clamp for it. That's how we roll.
That is how it works, right?
Might be better to address me by my new name. Ryan Jr. aka Rick Boy aka 40 million aka first battle round. What agency do you have?
J. Lawson Associates.
Independent. But one of the best insurance moves that I made that I didn't realize was putting my everything under my business. And yes, because I for a long time I assumed that it was more when you put it under the business. you know, because it was commercial, you were more of a liability. But somebody had kept mentioning it, and then I checked the rates, and I couldn't believe it.
Just as long as it's certified.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Power 108.9. Miss Janice Laws is in the building. As a matter of fact, Miss Janice, we have a special caller on the line. Captain Jackson, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mike. Good morning, Joy. What's happening?
Not much, Captain Jackson. How you been?
Man, hey, this is the best day of my life.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. For those that don't know, whenever you see anything going on in DeKalb County that has to do with fire, and there's a person on the TV screen doing an interview to tell you how the fire has been contained, and we were able to secure the structure, and blah, 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 blah. That's Captain Jackson. Yes. He's on the line with you. Hey, Captain Jack, you had a question for Miss Laws?
I most certainly do, and I appreciate that intro, brother. I always appreciate and everything that you do. Well, first of all, congratulations, Ms. Laws, on taking that leap of faith to be Georgia's first female African-American insurance commissioner. Much love to you.
Thank you. Appreciate
yes,
it.
ma'am. But one thing I want to ask you and let the listeners know that in addition to the insurance side, there's a fire side, and a lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
You touched on it a bit when you mentioned the fire safety. However, it does go a little bit more deeper than that. But I want to ask you, on the fire side of it, knowing that the state of Georgia tends to have a lot of fire deaths overall, what sort of ideas do you have in terms of trying to lessen the number of fire deaths that take place in Georgia? Now, understanding too, also you'll have a fire marshal that will, a state fire marshal, who also falls up under the insurance commissioner's office that will oversee that. But
Yes.
as the insurance commissioner yourself, what are some views and what are some ideas that you have in terms of wanting to lessen those numbers?
Thanks for that question. I think it's a great question. As with anything, when you start a new role, you definitely want to assess what's working and what's not working. As the new insurance commissioner, I will work with people like yourself in the community. I will work with our fire marshal and assess what's been working well in Georgia as it relates to fire safety. And we'll look at what's not been working. We'll eliminate those practices that are not working, and we will move forward with what is working. And I think education is a big piece of it. Educating people as it relates to fire safety. One of the roles that I had as an agent is to educate consumers in fire safety. I've had several clients that have lost their homes because of fires, and so I'm very familiar with the loss of property because of fire, and so I will strongly educate individuals as it relates to that, and also make sure that we prosecute people that are committing arson and just committing crimes that way, because that's a huge problem we have as well, is arson, and that impacts our community, churches, homes, and so yes, absolutely, I appreciate that question. I am very aware of it, I'm very committed to it, and I will be working with people like yourself in the community to make sure that that's taken care of.
Awesome, thank you.
Yes,
Captain Jackson.
That was a good answer.
When you come to see us, Captain Jackson?
Say that again?
When you come to see us?
Man, very soon, because I will let you know that I am soon going to be transitioning out of my role as the public information officer. I'm actually going back into the field so I can better position myself for an opportunity for promotion.
Yes, come on, Captain Jackson.
Yeah, so I'm definitely planning to come see you soon. I'll be bringing my PIO trainee with me so you all can see who he is, because he will be, again, taking over my role as the public affairs officer for the DeKalb County Fire Rescue. So I'm anxious and happy to come see you all and talk to you. And if I may ask one thing of Ms. Laws, if someone wants to get involved in your campaign and want to be a part of the street team, get some signs out there, help you out, how do they need to get in contact with you?
Please visit my website at janiceforgeorgia.com and select volunteer and enter all your information there, and we'll get back to you ASAP.
was good, Captain.
Awesome. Captain Jackson. Captain Jackson, that mean you're gonna let me drive the ladder truck now, right?
Well, we have to work something out.
Cause see what had happened.
That's what I'm talking about. Thanks, Captain Jackson.
Thank you so
Hey,
much. Appreciate
don't
it.
go nowhere. When we come back, we got more with Miss Laws, Brian Jobert, and Raymond.
Yeah,
Is in the
yeah.
building. We're gonna talk to him. This is
Hey, Mr. Tornado. What are you on Facebook? I mean, I know what you are, but is Tornado
You need
on
to,
Facebook?
Mike used to
I'm
be
not.
the head of the street team
You don't
back
have a
in the
page
day.
on Facebook?
So he, yeah, so Michael got you on the street team work, though.
Oh, really?
And he coordinate that.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Janice, can I
Okay.
switch y'all out
Yeah,
real quick
sure.
one time? We're not leaving. We got
Okay.
15 minutes, okay?
All right.
It's
Sounds
interesting because
Coordinate that.
from
Right, we're gonna switch you
I
out.
always tell people just to have one just cause.
Morning, good people, let's get it.
Because at
Hey,
least
y'all
I
don't
can tag
forget,
you
man.
and
Yeah.
share it.
Y'all wanna
You
come
know,
help me
and
out
then,
this
you know, with
morning,
the
you know, I'm
Facebook fan
speaking
page. Just
St.
yeah,
Philip
if you
Church
just
to the GED
hold on.
students, so
See how
all
in the
my
back it
men,
looks like a clamp?
that's who I'm looking for. Y'all
Just
come on
open
out.
the clamp up,
You know,
and then
let's
you can
create
just take your
a
phone out.
great presence
Yeah, there you
for
go.
these young
Janice,
men, man. Let them know
Um,
there's always hope no matter
Because
Huh?
whatever
Facebook
you did in the
page,
past.
you
So
can,
I'll let
people
me
can
be
tag
interested.
that
You know, the
they're at
information is
your
on
event,
social
at your
media.
group,
Go to my
and there's
Instagram,
no
Facebook
limit to
page.
the amount
It's
of
on there,
friends
but
and
if not,
followers
then
you
just
have.
holler at me.
And that's why I like
after the
Mhm.
show at 12:30.
It's almost
Get it
like
in though. So
it's just
let's
three
do
of us
something
right
different.
now.
To do
Okay.
something better,
But
y'all.
I
So
definitely,
I'll let
especially
y'all.
with
What's up, G Money?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Something that Insta doesn't have.
Yeah.
You said that starts at 12:30.
Yeah,
How long does it run?
an hour. So I'll be speaking for about an hour.
We used to crush over on Facebook back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Switched off.
And then they,
So,
and
Oh,
then yeah, and then
where
they
is
changed
it?
everything.
Indicator.
YouTube.
You don't really.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like,
Back
I'm
Yeah, we'll work it out. We'll work it out.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Today's show is being brought to you by our very own Mr. Brian Jobert, LB Tax Service. LBTaxService.com is the website. We got your tips on how to create a solid financial footing by doing just little simple things. Today, which is the 9th of May, 2018.
Today is National Third Shift Workers Day.
Nice.
Which is also known as National Night Shift Workers Day, annually observed on the second Wednesday in May. This day was created to honor all workers who work hard through the night after night. While sometimes the job keeps a manufacturer running 24 hours a day, all other third shift workers keep us safe through the night. Other third shift workers keep cities running without a hitch.
So
I'm
shout out
gonna
to
tell
third
you,
shift.
shout out to third shift workers. Remember when I worked
Yeah.
third shift and I would come in here looking tired
With that bat in the
with
side door.
the bat in the side of my door, and I had on that big old Delta Global Services security uniform.
Man, I had the third shift at the Waffle House back in the
Ooh.
day. Ooh, on full industrial.
I watched a lot of Netflix on third shift.
We didn't have Netflix back then. I didn't have that pleasure. Brian Jobert, L&B Tax Services in the building. We're talking about creating a solid financial footing by doing simple things. One, we talked about writing down your goals. The next was find one thing to eliminate. The next one we talk about is removing temptation. Now, online shopping can be an easy gateway to overspending. To help remove the temptation to hop online and start buying items in your cart. Persuade by yourself by turning off those notifications when it comes to online purchasing.
Yeah, well, one of the things that I try to get people to understand is you're truly not saving if you're spending money that you didn't intend to spend. When it's
Right.
on, see, when they say, well, I saved because it was on sale, and I bought, but you didn't save if you spent.
Right,
Now,
right,
if your intent was to buy that item, if you say, all right, I need this new dress, and you go out and you had a
Budget
purpose
for it.
for it, and you got it on sale, yes. But when you buy 7 extra things that you wasn't looking to get, no. So that's basically one of those little things that cost you money when you really sold yourself on saving.
Another thing that they say, Jobert, is to rate your debt. Now, if your debt situation is overwhelming, it's time for you to handle the situation head on. Write down all your outstanding loans and rank them from highest to lowest interest rates.
Yeah. Well, if you can't see it, you can't manage it. And so the thing is, you mentioned that right down again. If you gotta manage it, but you have to see it first to see where you need to prioritize. And like you said, you got to get rid of those high ones and start breaking it down. But a lot of times you can't lie to yourself about the debt. Because I hear people say, well, I'm not in that much debt. It's not that bad. And then what they do is they put $25. And so if you look at those things that tell you now, credit card statements and everything else, if you pay the minimum, it'll take you 7-8 years to pay it off.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's what most people are doing. That's why we're not getting out of debt. So you got to make sure that you take and allocate the money. When you pay off one debt, take that debt. Don't say, all right, I got this freed up. Take that same money that you're used to paying, double it on the next bill, and you'll see your bills get
double up.
That's what I'm talking about. Brian is your bear. And we're going to hold on to number 5 because I love number 5. Just say, when you read number 5. Just say that's
money
true.
A stripper would make
That's what I'm talking about. Brian's your bear. You got a couple of events coming up as always, and ones that are that we want to talk about today is...
Well, I first of all, let me get this off my. I got a little attitude. Because
you need some music in the background.
November 16, of this year, y'all better come out because if they got a national third shift day,
right.
And as you know, I got my own day, which is National Supportive Close Friend Day.
Yes.
On November 16th. So if they got all those days, then I know we got to get that in.
Brian Kaepernick's your bear.
Show you right, baby. Cap all day, baby. That's freedom. Justice for all. All right. So, but at 12:30 today, though, actually, I'm speaking over at the St. Philip's Church at 240 Candler Road in the deck.
In
So
Decatur,
which is to the GED's class. And just talking to these young men about you still have hope, man. You still have hope, even though because really, I tell people it's much harder when you're older. You're trying to get your GED at 21, 22, 18 when you didn't finish. So it takes a little bit more diligent, to go back and do those things. So just giving them hope, but also letting them know that entrepreneurship is an option. We talk about getting schools and degrees and those things and getting a good job, but nobody really talks about the entrepreneur option because everybody's not that school person.
Right.
So, men, I got the mock movement. Come on out and join me because we need to have a presence.
There you go. And Raymond, it's kind of similar to your story.
See me shaking my head.
I mean,
man.
you was sweeping floors. You was the kid that was sweeping floors in the barbershop.
Yeah, man. Started off, guys, traditionally getting the jumbo bucks scratch off, getting the zigzag papers for the barbers doing wrong, and eventually got a chairman. And same here, did not fully understand and come from a family about entrepreneurship. It's become so popular as of late, and it's a real option. And now with technology moving like it is, I mean, it's real for everybody, man, to be able to start. It's a lot of failure still, because it still takes a level of skill. But the opportunities now for folks that may or may not want to go to the military or school, it is wide open right now, especially online.
And I was going to say, you see so many people creating opportunities, that were never there before. There's so many jobs. We talk about this all the time that, 2 years ago, you'd be like, where'd that come from? You would have never thought about that. And now, now you can create your own life. And
there came a point where you resisted your calling. You resisted cosmetology. Your mindset like it wasn't it, but it kept calling you, and you eventually answered the call, and now you're rolling in your passion.
Yeah, my parents, like many, go to school. I was on the path to be a teacher in education, but I was an artist. It was all through me. I understood it. I went to school seemingly to just get my license for barbering. And I saw it, like many saw it, as a female-dominant profession. What are they going to say? That kind of deal. But I understood it. I went to school basically to keep my full-time job at the barbershop and just kind of, let me just get the Cosmo license because I can still do both. But I got it. I understood it. And I feel like 2001 was a sign for me. I was cutting hair full-time. The towers fell and all of my soldiers left. So it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm supposed to switch over. And then I started coming up here for Bronner Brothers once a year and seeing the kind of theater factor. I did that as a child with shows and entertainment. And then just a few years later, social media happened. And it was almost like perfect for what I do.
This life ain't for everybody.
No,
entrepreneurship.
Man. No.
And what I had to realize is that you can't be mad at those that don't want this life. And I had to train myself to be like, what? You don't want to be independent? Everybody don't want that.
It's not for everybody. I had a good friend of ours when we were younger, sitting around. Man, you don't want to, get out here and go. Nah, man. I want to live
Right,
like
I wanna-
nighttime and on
yeah.
the weekend, have security for my family. And I'll be honest, my platform now with Torgano Group is combining both. It's saying, listen, the kind of uncertainty of entrepreneurship that's traditionally kind of connected to it, I'm not with that either. Let's take the systems from corporate. Let's take the structure of what my man was talking about with money and understanding, and you know, we're trying to bring a financial aspect to what we do and saying, look, debt is not fun because
Right.
people are dealing with double debt,
Yeah.
personal debt as well as debt in their business. Let's get some order and the creativity and the freedom. So yeah, it's definitely not for everyone. My first year, I opened up 06. The recession happened next year, so I had a nice little pallet in the back of my salon for a year.
Right.
So it's real. It's
Hey,
real.
Yeah.
Raymond Torregano Group. You can check them out on Instagram. Online education for beauty professionals. Also Instagram strategy and creative entrepreneurs as well. That's what you do for the website and Instagram. Where they go, bro?
IG Torgano Group and the website, the same thing, guys. Just put a .com at the end.
Whoa, day. Hey, when we come back, we're going to put a bow on this thing with Brian and Show Bear. And also, we're going to play some this or that. We're going to put our next Georgia Insurance Commissioner on the hot seat. We're going to find out a little bit more about her, too. Yup. Hold on, let me call Sheena, make sure it's okay. You know how Sheena be tripping. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com, Power 108.9.
Lego.
But no, more people are designed for entrepreneurship than they believe. And so you get a lot of people who don't. And so one of the things that I really focused on the last couple of years is really, like I said, I understand that it's not for everyone, but a lot of people basically just don't take the step because they don't know what step to take next. And so when you're educated on what you need to do, how you get in position, you're more likely to move. And so now to get people out of that rat race, you know, what I'm doing is just trying to lay out those steps. So now, you know, you can say, all right, well, you know what? I don't have to quit my job right now, but I know I do need to do something else. And just being in the tax industry for 21 years, I'm an advocate of having a business because most successful and rich people understand the tax game through entrepreneurship. The business, a small business is probably the #1 tax shelter.
Amen.
You know, so even if you have a job, you need to have some type of business, you know, just to offset your taxes, because we live in a situation where you're doing 100% of the work, but you're bringing home 50% of the money. And so when we talk about double debt, that's why, because everything is increasing but your money. You know, and so when we bringing home, you know, less money because of taxes and everything else, you can't win. You can't win in the way the system is designed. The system wasn't designed for you to win, especially if you were just doing a straight 9 to 5. You know, we're trying to do new school growth through old school systems. You know, and so we have to change the mentality and the way we think.
Everything increases, but your work.
Right.
Y'all gotta get a bigger office with a kitchen and have somebody in the back cooking.
Come on out there.
That'll be nice. And the chef back there cooking in the background.
What did you say? Everybody likes food.
Huh?
So everybody likes food.
Yeah, exactly.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com.
Yeah,
Brian and
big
Joe Bear
section.
is in the building. As a matter of fact, today's show is being brought to you by Brian and Joe Bear, L&B Tax Service. You can check them out, LNBTaxService.com. And we were talking about these 5 quick tips that can help you get back to a solid foundation. And Brian has been helping us break this thing down. We talked about writing down your goals, find one thing to eliminate, remove temptation, rank your debt, and then finally, the last one that we wanted to hit on, Mr. Joe Bear, was automate your savings. Make saving easier by setting up automatic transfers to transfer your funds to your retirement and savings account. By paying yourself first, that means you aren't limited to saving whatever is left at the end of the month. Give yourself your money first and then break everything else up.
Pretty much.
Yeah. If you saw my post yesterday, and it was crazy because this is totally unrelated. I said one thing I do is I pay myself first, second
and
third, and sometimes fourth. You know, and sometimes fourth. So I'm covered. You know, that first savings don't come through, that second savings will. You know, but you have to. You know, you have to definitely make sure that you take care of that. And like I said, the best way to do it is automate it, because if you don't see it, you don't usually miss it.
Right.
You know, and so we have that same concept when it comes to our tax refunds. People be like, all right, just take it out because if I don't see it, I don't miss it. Do the same for your savings. You know, and the thing is that, and it don't have to be a lot.
Yeah,
You know, that's the thing that we think is small victories. You know, the new campaign is small victories. So if I start doing $50 per pay period that goes automatically, and I start seeing that $50 grow over the next few months, I get excited. So now I want to do more. So now that 50 becomes 100, and that 100 becomes 200, and before you know it, I got a nice savings. You know, because it's crazy how they saying that. Well, it's about 85% of people don't have a savings, or either 85% of people's savings is less than $1,000. You know, and we get jammed up, and I know, because if we go back to that whole loan thing, I know folks' savings is jammed up because I'm getting calls.
Exactly.
You know, so
all 4 tires don't match. I know I had to buy them individually.
exactly.
Hey,
So
y'all got the used Jones back there? How much that thing is?
Yeah.
$40? Yeah, let me get that. That's
So
good.
yeah, take care of yourself first. People talk about self-love. If you truly
Right.
have self-love, then you're gonna take care of you first, because you ain't gonna be able to take care of nobody else.
Okay.
Put the mask on.
L&B Tax Service, Brian is your bearer. Don't go nowhere, Brian, or you guys don't go nowhere, because we're going to tell you about some events that Brian has coming up. And we're going to talk about one that's coming up on June 30th. to
Yes,
be
sir.
More Pacific.
Yes.
Hey,
Let's go.
yeah, I said Pacific. Hey, this is the portion of the show where we play this game called This or That. Miss Laws, you and I see.
Uh-oh. This or that.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Don't get nervous, Miss
Right,
Laws.
sure.
Yeah, don't get nervous.
She ain't tell me about this part.
Correct, she did not. Miss Janice Laws, aka at Janice Laws on Instagram. Your mom, we know your mom. You're from Jamaica,
Yes.
correct? You're originally from Jamaica. So growing up in Jamaica, did you guys have y'all cereal on top of y'all refrigerator or in a pantry?
I didn't have a refrigerator,
Okay.
or a pantry, or cereal.
So about that.
If there was a Grady Memorial in Jamaica, that's where she was born. The Grady equivalent. You get that right? You get that? You get that joke? Okay, appreciate that. Pow, yeah. So what we did, Miss Janice, we knew that you were coming on the show like 12 months ago when we was at the other station. We had you booked back then.
We did.
Glad you made it this time. So
Travel schedule.
Right.
I was like, dang, all right, well, what holla at her when she get ready?
And that's interesting you mentioned the travel schedule, because you are running for the Georgia Insurance Commissioner. You going for the whole state of Georgia, so you
Statewide.
everywhere.
Yes.
Yeah, you
In
everywhere.
the last few days, I've traveled almost 20 counties.
Nice.
Over the weekend.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm
Keeping
gonna be in
miles
all
in.
your videos.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. You gonna know who she is.
Right.
It's gonna be like the last time. What did you say?
What the name was? Oxendine. Boy, that was a decade
People
ago.
are already calling me commissioner. I go down to Savannah when I get out of the car. They're like, insurance commissioner.
We gonna get advantage of your mileage right on. Tax person capitalizing on that. If not, I got you.
You need to be the deputy director. I know you got one of those positions over, right? Yeah. Jeez, it was for you though.
Right.
Hey, so what we did, this is a game between Joe and I to get to know you a little bit better. So what we did was we selected some questions, right? And what we do is we answer the questions based off of how we think you will answer them.
Okay.
And it's a game between Joe and I. And right now, since we've been here at Power 108.9, the score is 12-7. Joy is in the lead, but I need your help. I need you to help me out. I need you to give me this W today, okay? All right, so we already know y'all ain't
Just
had no
pick
pantry. We already know you ain't had no pantry, so that's a given right there. But now, today, you wake up in the morning, you got 2 beautiful girls? 2 daughters. You got 2 daughters. You wake up in the morning, you got 2 boxes of cereal on the table. One is Frosted Flakes, the other is Captain Crunch. Which one are you choosing?
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes, okay, so it's 1-1. Cheetos or Cheese Puffs?
Cheese puffs.
Cheese Puffs, yes. Got that one. She like the Cheese Puffs. Them Cheetos be kind of rough. Kind of like the Captain Crunch on the roof of your mouth. Mexican or Italian? And we're talking food, not men.
That's tough. Yeah, it depends on the day, but Mexican.
Mexican. Damn, 3-1. Lemon pepper wings or hot wings?
Lemon pepper.
Lemon pepper. Okay,
Yeah,
Joy's in
you
the
missed
game.
that one.
3-2. McDonald's fries or Chick-fil-A fries?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A fries. Okay, we
She
both got
hesitated.
that.
Because I like those.
4-3.
Hey.
How about this one? Cruise vacation or destination vacation?
Depends. Destination.
Destination, okay, that ties the game up at 4-4. Vegas or Miami?
Vegas.
Vegas, okay. Game still tied 4-4. All right, here go a real hood question for you,
I
Ms.
was
Laws.
like, I couldn't remember.
Grape Kool-Aid or red Kool-Aid?
Red.
Red Kool-Aid, okay, bam. Score is tied 5-5 right now, going into the bonus round. And
answers offline.
fortunately, we are celebrating, this is a bonus question. So with the bonus question, we have to up the points. And today, because we are celebrating the birth of one Ghostface killer,
Yeah.
Wu-Tang! The bonus question will be worth 48 points today, okay? So this will put us in the game.
Come on, Ghostface Killer.
So what day is the election?
May 22nd
Oh,
is
ready to
election
vote.
day,
Okay.
and early voting is happening right now. Early voting started on April 30th and will continue until May 18th.
Go check the box, Janice Laws, so we can get her in this position. Not only the first African American to hold this position, the first African American female as well. The first female to hold the position.
And the only one in this race that has an insurance background and fully licensed. in
Y'all heard
insurance.
that.
How about that?
Now, we fast forward to the 22nd when all the polls close and all the votes are in. And you are crowned commissioner, Georgia Insurance Commissioner. But after the ceremony, after we turn up with everybody in the building, you don't feel like driving home at the end of the day. So what we do is we hand you the house phone right there. And you know the house phone don't have a whole lot of numbers in it. So there's only 3 numbers in the house phone. And you can only call one of these people to come drive you home. So the question is, who are you calling to drive you home? Is it Shaggy? Usain Bolt or Harry Belafonte? For the win and for 48 points on the bonus question, who's driving you home?
Usain Bolt. He's
Usain
gonna
Bolt.
come the fastest.
Yeah, he's gonna come fast. That makes sense. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but it's
He's
still time.
still time.
Running next to the car. He's gonna be running next to the car.
Put you on his back.
Janice, one more time, the website for those that can support
BM.
whatever we need from you. Where do we go?
JaniceForGeorgia.com. JANICEFOR. Georgia spelled out.com.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Brian Jobert, as we put a bow on the end of this show, and first of all, I got to say thank you to Brian Jobert and L&B Tax Service for putting together an amazing show, as always. Check out the website, lbtaxservice.com. Last piece of advice for our listeners out there before we go.
And when we talked about, the finance part of it, but it's not what you make, it's what you keep. Let's focus on keeping our money. And so to segue into that, we have 6 dynamic speakers at the conference. One of them is speaking on budgeting, because that's very important now about understanding where our money is going, seeing our money. So June 30th at the Decatur Downtown Marriott, we're going to be in there. We got Mr. Michael McFadden as the host of the conference. We got Joy. It's our award show as well, so we're giving away 5 awards, and Joy's going to get the new Innovator Award for the joystick.
That one
because we need to acknowledge people that's doing phenomenal things. And then it's just going to talk about how I built my success, how I grew. And just on this last thing, man, it gives me more and more, I guess, reasons why I need to do this. I got a call about 12 o'clock last night, just a text, are you up? Unfortunately, I was. And so they called me, and this is a person that actually does commentary on the news regularly, a contributor writer for Black Enterprise, and they was like, Brian, I need you. I need your service, I need coaching, I need mentoring or something. And the only person I can think of that's really on the next level that really can get me there is you. I don't have friends that's on this level. And that just confirmed why we need to do this.
Amen.
And that's what that's why I was birthed, though, because I wanted people to see my success, but not just where I'm at, where I've come from, and you can do it as well. And so that's the whole purpose behind this, is that even if you're on the upper level, it's still necessary that you have coaching. It's still, you have to connect with people that's in your circle, that's that's a little bit above you. And so I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited, but you have to be there. So go to Rich Boy with an I, RICHBOI, RTB 2018.eventbrite.com.
The inaugural financial conference and award show is going down June 30th, 2018. The Triple C is in the building. Connect, collaborate and conquer. The unfortunate event about hosting a bunch of events, especially when awards are given away, I never get on the award because I'm damn hosting the event. But maybe next year I'll just decline the host and just maybe I'll get an award. Was that petty?
No.
It was super petty,
Okay.
but it's
You
all
don't
good.
have-
I represent both of
You know
us.
how they can't bring everybody on the stage. They just show the credits who got awards afterwards. We got you on that list. So, you know, we got you.
The BET Awards? Oh, give an award earlier in the show.
Yeah, exactly. We got you. The Tuesday before you got your award. We're going to do a show live on Tuesday.
Hey, before we get out of here, there is a shocking video at Michael and Joy on Facebook and Power 1089 of a graduation ceremony that went down at the University of Florida. It shows a lecturer aggressively yanking several minority students off the stage, sparking outrage in students, parents, and alumni. Now, he took to Twitter to say the man who was not named in the school was disciplined excessively for forceful contact with black students. You know how sometimes we get on that stage and we happy to get that diploma, we show out. We start doing the nay and the wop and all that good stuff. Well, that one dude got a little upset and said, "Get y'all ass off the stage," and was pushing them off the stage. Well, one of the weekends, one of the school's dean came out and apologized to the students about what had happened and stated that these kids spend over $40,000 a year to attend our university. I personally apologizing and reaching out to the students involved. The gentleman that seen the video taking the students off the stage is being disciplined and no pay and all that good stuff. But let them kids celebrate, shout.
They don't even want you to shout when your parents, you know, when they call your name, they don't even want you to shout. So you already know that they were like turned up all the
Right,
way.
exactly. You should have seen when Malik graduated from high school. We was like, they said, "Don't make no noise until after this. Everybody's been." Nah, we ain't doing that. Malik, yeah, shout. You try to hide so they'll kick you out. All right, whatever. Hey, shout out to you, Miss Laws. Shout out to you, Mr. Torregano.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the Torregano group, Raymond Torregano. Tomorrow, you're not about to get another shout out.
I was gonna say, dang,
I saw
you
that.
see how petty
He
he
had
is?
his shout.
Shout out to the
Event
Torregano
next
group.
Wednesday, I want to say.
Oh,
No, we can't be talking about your event.
Okay, it's time to go. Where's hurry up, Janice? Hurry up.
Next Wednesday, we are having our finale, final push before the election day at Social Republic House, Wednesday the 16th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Look out for more on social media.
Come on, Raymond. Last words, departing words, brother.
Hey guys, first I appreciate the opportunity. I will be picking up 2 joysticks today.
Nice.
One for me, one to give away to the Torregano tribe out there. Guys, if you're in the business of beauty, check out the online platform for education, coming right to your phone. No more traveling for education. And just a parting word for folks that are out there in social media, guys. It's not selfish media or ego media. It's social media, guys. Get involved with the social aspect. It's not your portfolio. It's an opportunity to exchange back and forth with your clients, and it's where you can get down and spread your message. So appreciate the opportunity, guys.
Hey, if you missed any of today's show, all you got to do is go to michaelandjoy.com or power1089.com to check out the replay. We'll see y'all tomorrow. It's Thursday. Today is hump day, though. Hump day! It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Wake up!
Shout out to Micah, y'all. Hey, this young cat here. This is what y'all want in y'all life, man. Young folk like this that's really about that life. And, you know, I mean, for him to get up early, then last night to meet, you know, I mean, that next generation, we got to pour into the next generation, especially when you have situations like this where he's hungry for knowledge and information at 19, man. And so if we keep pouring into our youth like that, we're going to be on a whole nother level.
Shout out to the youth.
I
Thanks,
appreciate you for pouring into me.
You guys have an amazing day.
Next Wednesday, I'm coming to get some of that
Always
semi-vegan food. That's
We're about to take some photos, but from the top of my list to the soles of my feet, I ask that God watch over you, keep you.
All right, y'all. Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, like I say, men, follow up, man. Y'all gotta follow up. Shout out to my girl Crystal, ripping her brand. Know y'all, we gotta rep each other.